Good morning, everybody, and thank you for joining us here today. For those of you that I have not had the opportunity to meet, my name is Bob Manzi, and I'm the District Attorney here in Indiana County. We are here today to announce the kickoff of our participation in the Law Enforcement Treatment Initiative, known as the LETI program, through the Pennsylvania State Attorney General's Office. Before we get started in our program, I wanted to take the time to thank each and every one of you for joining us here today in the Indiana County Courthouse, and for those of you online. I appreciate you taking your time out of your busy schedule to join us for this exciting announcement. I want to thank President Judge Thomas M. Bianco for changing his schedule today. He had a full docket scheduled here today and made the changes necessary so that we could complete this announcement here today. Our Indiana County criminal justice system works diligently to implement proven strategies to help reduce crime, protect victims, and serve our citizens. Indiana County has a robust system aimed towards providing services to individuals in need while reducing crime and victimization. The Indiana County Court of Common Pleas supports a drug treatment court and a veterans treatment court. Both of these problem-solving courts have a team of valuable professionals working under the authority of President Judge Thomas Bianco and Judge Michael Clark to give participants an opportunity for true change in their lives. While some may fail, most make significant change to the benefit of their lives, their families' lives, and to our community. The Magisterial District Court Diversion Program was implemented 18 months ago. This program allows participants who are approved through law enforcement, victims, and my office to complete drug and alcohol treatment along with other conditions to resolve their criminal case. This program is built for first-time, low-risk, low-tier offenders to engage in valuable services with the goal of helping participants address their particular needs, which has proven to reduce their risk of reoffending. With approximately 100 participants so far, we have a success rate of over 95%. The LETI program will help bolster the work of our criminal justice system with an aim towards the earliest of interventions. We hope to effect change in the lives of individuals with substance abuse disorder prior to any incidents that involve the criminal justice system. We want everyone in our community to know that valuable services are available, and we hope to connect you with them. Over and over, research shows that early intervention into issues such as substance abuse disorder is the most effective method. Many times we hear debates on whether treatment initiatives versus arrest in prison is the way to manage the scourge of drugs in our community. I don't believe the debate is necessary. In our system, both methods are valuable. As many are aware, our Indiana County Drug Task Force has and will continue to aggressively investigate and prosecute for-profit drug dealers in our county. We have teamed up with local, state, and federal partners in making significant impact on drug trafficking in our county and our region, and we will continue that work. In tandem with this program, we hope that by connecting individuals and addressing their individual substance abuse issue, they will have the opportunity to live better lives, it will reduce crime in our community, and it will reduce victimization. A good system works in different ways to address its different issues. In order to reach our goals, it takes valuable and trusted partnerships as we row the boat in the same direction. I cannot thank enough the partners in our criminal justice system who are always willing to work together to support proven programs. Our courts here in Indiana County are always willing to utilize proven methods to address a variety of issues and to support valuable programs. Our local, state, and federal law enforcement agencies are working tirelessly and in dangerous situations around the clock to protect us. Our other partners, including our probation department, our sheriff's office, emergency services, prison staff and corrections officers, drug and alcohol counselors and mental health counselors, firefighters, our county commissioners, children and youth services, and all of the members of our Criminal Justice Advisory Board are true and good partners in Indiana County. I personally want to thank our next speaker, Attorney General Michelle Henry, for being here today and partnering with my office and our county in this initiative. By way of background, AG Henry and I worked together in Bucks County when I first started as a prosecutor. Myself and many other attorneys in the office would make it a priority to watch her in trial and to learn from her work on cases. She defines what it means to be a prosecutor. So I'd like to announce Attorney General Michelle Henry.
Well, thank you, DA Manzi. We go way back. He is a friend and a colleague, and I have to say I am really excited to be here in his county with all of you today to launch this really important initiative. I mean, the truth of the matter is we can't possibly combat the opioid epidemic unless we have a coalition of partners like the ones standing here today that you're going to hear from to work together, as DA Manzi said. I have to say, as a career prosecutor for over 20 years, I saw firsthand the reality of the fact that we just can't arrest our way out of this. When I was a new assistant district attorney, I would see individuals come into court. They would have been charged with a drug offense. They'd go before the judge, they'd either plead guilty or take a trial, and ultimately they would be sentenced. And then lo and behold, a short time later, I would see the same individual back before the judge, like a revolving door. And at that time, back then, there was no helping hand, there was no treatment, there was no reach out. And there was no recognition that what these individuals are struggling with is an addiction that can only be resolved with treatment. And that is really what the LETI program is all about. It is about removing barriers to allow access to treatment. With the opioid epidemic killing 14 individuals a day in Pennsylvania, we have to get LETI in as many counties as we can for treatment. And look, as DA Manzi said, we have to battle this opioid epidemic on all fronts, and that's what the Office of Attorney General is doing. We go out there, our agents go out there every single day, and they arrest the drug dealers that are profiting from this and putting this poison out into the streets of communities in Pennsylvania. We also went after the drug companies, the manufacturers and the distributors, to hold them accountable for what they did to fuel this crisis. And finally, we have to bolster treatment. We went to battle with large manufacturers like Purdue to force them to pay for how they fueled the crisis. The Office of Attorney General led a national coalition that secured more than $26 billion from the drug distributors. That's over $1 billion in Pennsylvania to fight the crisis and help communities, with over $9.6 million coming right here to Indiana County as a result of that settlement. And because fentanyl is now replacing heroin, our agents have arrested, just this year, 4 times the amount of individuals they arrested last year. This is a diverse state, and I know every county is grappling with different issues and different needs. In Indiana County, I understand that it's marijuana, opiates, methamphetamine. All of these are critical here. And regardless of what the drugs are that we're combating, LETI is a key part of addressing this. And it's a relatively new tool for law enforcement to be involved with. And as I said, it really focuses on accessibility. Sometimes people who are suffering from an addiction, they just don't know who to turn to. They don't know who they can trust. in order to get the treatment that they need. And today, the district attorney and law enforcement are announcing, turn to us. Turn to us. And we'll remove those barriers and we'll get you the treatment that you need. LETI was first launched in 2018 in Somerset County. And we now have 25 counties in Pennsylvania that are participating. And I just want to thank the leadership of our strategic initiatives operator, Dr. Janine Holter, who's here. She runs all over the state, and she helps law enforcement connect people who need help to county drug and alcohol treatment programs. And she keeps adding counties every day. She works really hard to get more counties on board with this important program. So thank you, Dr. Janine. And this policy, that has been set up here in Indiana County is really important too, because it's not just the district attorney and law enforcement that can make referrals. It's anybody in the community. It's religious organizations. It's probation officers. They can be the ones to make the referral to get people the help that they need. To date, we've had nearly 900 individuals referred into treatment using LETI, and now we're working toward recovery. This is a powerful sign. We are here to help, and we are battling this epidemic on all fronts. So thank you to Indiana County. It's great to be here, and thank you for joining us in this important effort and becoming the 25th county to join. Now I'm going to turn it back over to the district attorney, my good friend.
Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate the kind words, and I appreciate you being here today. We're going to turn next to one of our valuable partners in Indiana County, Chief Justin Shaw. Chief Shaw has been the chief of the Indiana Borough Police Department since 2019, and his men and women in his department are very valuable members of our drug task force, our law enforcement, and our community here in Indiana County. Chief Shaw.
Good morning. It's an honor to have this opportunity to represent my family, the Indiana Borough Police Department, and Indiana County's law enforcement. Foremost, I want to thank Attorney General Henry, District Attorney Manzi, and their staffs for the time and efforts in delivering the Law Enforcement Treatment Initiative to Indiana County. The Indiana Borough Police Department and law enforcement countywide is proud to partner with our District Attorney, the Armstrong Indiana Clarion Drug and Alcohol Commission, and our Attorney General's Office to deliver the highest quality services possible to our residents. The mission of the Indiana Borough Police Department is to enhance the quality of life in our community. Today, our collective quality of life is challenged by both traditional and non-traditional threats. We must always seek best methods, new partnerships, and strong positive relationships to combat the non-traditional threats that impact us all. Today, with the official introduction of LETI, Indiana County Law Enforcement has another tool we can use to improve our service levels and positive outcomes. LETI takes nothing away from our enforcement ability, but recognizes that a compassionate police service effort builds stronger community relationships and in turn serves to keep officers and the communities that they serve safer. We have always been better working together, and LETI allows us all to partner in a non-punitive alternative to addiction when appropriate situations present themselves. Enforcement will always be necessary and an essential job function of law enforcement, but it has never been our only job function. And enforcement alone does not best meet the needs of our non-traditional challenges today. Every police officer recognizes that we need as many tools as possible to best serve our communities, and to the credit of District Attorney Manzi and Attorney General Henry, LETI increases our ability to serve. Indiana County has highly skilled, compassionate, and courageous police officers, and the opportunity to utilize LETI will benefit not only their ability to serve, but our community's ability to be served by us. In closing, I want to again thank the staffs of our Attorney General and District Attorney's offices, and specifically thank District Attorney Manzi and Attorney General Henry for their continued support of safe and healthy communities and the police departments that serve them. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Shaw, and thank you for your continued efforts in our county. Our next speaker is Cami Anderson, who works with our county Drug and Alcohol Commission. Cami works tirelessly, not only to help get programs and services to Indiana County, but by supporting all of our agencies when we have questions of where services can be received and what we can do to help people get the services that they need and want. Cami?
Thank you. The Armstrong Indiana Clarion Drug and Alcohol Commission is excited about the opportunity to further collaborate with the Indiana County District Attorney's Office, all of our local law enforcement, and the Attorney General's Office in bringing the Law Enforcement Treatment Initiative program to Indiana County. In addition to the existing Indiana County Drug Treatment Court and our magistrate-level diversionary treatment program, law enforcement officers will now have additional diversionary strategies that can help offenders identify another path to obtain treatment and supportive services. As has been said many times, and also by Attorney General Henry, we cannot arrest ourselves out of this drug problem. The LETI program will provide our criminal justice partners the opportunity to offer treatment and recovery support services to persons with substance use disorders living in Indiana County. Thank you.
And thank you, Cami, and thank you for your work. I know you are a huge help to me and my office as we address a number of issues, so thank you. Our next speaker, and probably one of the most important voices we can hear, is Brian Meeker. Brian is a person in recovery who, when we reached out to have somebody provide their message to us of how these programs help human beings, help members of our community, fellow citizens, Brian was happy to help, and I'm excited to have Brian here. Brian Meeker.
Good morning. My name's Brian. I'm a person in long-term recovery. I must say what an honor it is to be asked to come up here today. If you had told me 6 years ago that I'd be standing here, I would have called you a liar. The life I have today is truly wonderful. I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for law enforcement, the judicial system, treatment, and a lot of hard work. Joined the Army at 19. That's where my addiction took off. I started drinking while in Korea, and it followed stateside. That's when my legal troubles would begin. I had two DUIs in a 6-month span. Wrecked the car due to being intoxicated. Would have my license revoked. I continued to drink, drive, use, get pulled over, driving no license. Went 11.5 years without a license. I injured my back while serving and was prescribed opiates. Over the next 12 years, my days would consist of drinking and taking opiates. I was killing myself, never stopping to think about what I was doing, who I was hurting. I just cared about myself. I was self-centered and cared about nobody else's feelings. I came to Pennsylvania to pursue an automotive career by attending the local automotive school. Needless to say, I take myself everywhere that I go. A few months after being here, I went back to drinking and got another DUI. But that didn't stop me. I was right back at it. I found other people with substance use disorders and continued to spiral. In May of 2017, I had the local police department and undercover kick my door in. That was one of the best days of my life. I went to jail and was offered a program called Drug Treatment Court. It was that or prison, so I took the latter. It took me 22 months to graduate Drug Treatment Court, along with a lot of bumps in the road. During that time, I never consumed any drugs or alcohol. It helped me build who I am today. I had to be accountable and learn to become a productive, responsible member of society, as well as learn that the drugs weren't the problem, I was. I attended many different meetings and appointments, spoke with multiple different counselors, therapists, and mental health specialists. Now, this is the first time I was introduced to recovery, treatment, and what it involved. But through the drug treatment court program, I was given the chance to live a different way. I'm here today because of the efforts of the people who truly care and about helping others. I'm excited about this program. The fact that anybody can call, get the help they need that much quicker, as well as law enforcement, will help many more lives. If it wasn't for the treatment court, I don't know where I would be today. The progress that is being made to help people with a substance use disorder find a new way to live and give more of a chance really brings a lot of hope and joy to know that the lives we continue to lose to this disease will not be for no reason. I cannot express how grateful I am for the people up here and the continued efforts to fight for people like myself. Today, I'm a certified recovery specialist with a valid driver's license, first-time homeowner, a father, a brother, a partner, and a friend. I stand here with over 6 years in recovery without a reoccurrence and work every day with people who are trying to better their lives, save their loved ones, and to be that hope and inspiration to let them know that recovery is possible. And the life I have gained after being in active addiction is obtainable. This program will help so many people be able to get help they need in a much more timely manner. Thank you again for asking me to be here and share my experience.
That's why we're here today. That is exactly why we're here today. That's why members of law enforcement are here today, to support this program. Members of our community, members of our drug and alcohol programs and our mental health programs, our county coroner, our county officials. That's why we're all here today, to work together for people like Brian when they want to address their issues. You know, I have my own personal support systems. My daughter's here today. My family's at home watching, including my mother who's getting ready to celebrate her birthday. I have friends throughout the community. I have wonderful members of my office, of the various law enforcement offices in Indiana County and around the state. I have friends with Attorney General Henry, state officials, and federal officials. Sheriff Fyack, who's here today, First Assistant Dennis Clark that's here today. And if I needed something, I know I can call any of them and get it. That's what this program is here for. We want people in the community to know if you or a loved one is addressing a substance abuse disorder, call us. We want to help connect you to services. We want to help you. You're important. Thank you, everyone, for being here today. Again, we sincerely appreciate all of your time and efforts being here and supporting our program. Thank you.